So one of the things we do look at, obviously, is like you said, if they're both collecting Social Security, you lose a Social Security. How's the impact if they're collecting a pension? And we want to run the scenario to give the peace of mind to know that, if the wife passes first, here's what the outlook looks like for the husband, and vice versa. If the husband passes first, here's the outlook for the wife, just so then they know and they have peace of mind, because they don't know when it's going to happen, right? But they know it is going to happen. So we want to make sure that they have peace of mind and know that they're not leaving behind a mess or an awful situation for, the one that they've been with for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think another thing that folks can do, just like my client who emailed me right before we came in, he was reviewing the documents for his father. I think reviewing the documents for yourselves is very important. Making sure they're up to date, making sure they're up to the current tax code, making sure they're up with the new law passages, whether it's here in Massachusetts or whether it's, federally. There's been some laws that have passed that will impact how wealth is transferred, right? And whether it's spouse to spouse or, intergenerational, you want to make sure that your documents are up to date, that they're relevant. And I think one of the biggest mistakes I see is people that have a trust and then never fund the trust. So it's like you bought a car and it's sitting in the dealership parking lot. You've never driven it off the lot. You know what I mean? So you've created this powerful vehicle, depending on what type of trust it is or what you're trying to accomplish. And now you have this entity, but nothing has ever been put into that entity. And a lot of times people don't know. And I've spoken with attorneys or heard attorneys speak, and that never really tell the couple to put it. They actually have to fund the trust. They have to go through this additional step. They have to go through this process of moving assets into the trust one way or another, so then they get the benefit. So I think that's obviously a very underserved area, is while you're alive, making sure your ducks in a row, making sure that everything, and continually going back and checking to make sure that everything's okay. Yeah,
100%. And this is actually a little bit where my background is. And we've done a lot of work here at SHP to make sure that our clients have all of their ducks in a row. And that's part of our review process standard.
Yes.
Every single time our planning team is helping to prep for some of our meetings, they're going in and they're looking at every account and they're saying, okay, is the trust, the owner, the beneficiary, the IRAs, the beneficiaries correct?
Correct.
And if you have a more sophisticated trust where maybe it's split into two different types of trusts, is it funded correctly? And I think you hit the nail on the head, honestly. So many people out there, you just spent so much money on this trust, and then, well, congratulations, if you don't fund it, it's the world's most expensive paperweight, essentially.
Yes, exactly.
So we want to make sure that you're implementing and utilizing, and it sounds more daunting than it really is.